This is the Qtv Nightly News, which is also on Q Radio 103.3 FM. But I am Mamna Buka. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. In a major boost to infrastructure in the Lower River region, President Barrow on Saturday inaugurated a newly constructed 91-kilometer road network in Kiang West at a ceremony in Jifarong village. The International Day of Zero Waste is marked worldwide with calls for sustainable consumption and better waste management. In the Gambia, the day was commemorated in Gunjur last Friday, where the First Lady joined partners to promote environmental awareness. The Ministry of Public Service, Administrative Reforms, Policy Coordination and Delivery has opened a 4-day retreat for permanent secretaries at the Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center around strengthening coordination and accelerating the implementation of the National Development Plan 2023-2027. At the second edition of the in-country cybersecurity training by the organization FAST, the Forum of Incident Response and Security Teams, stakeholders called for close collaboration and enhanced resilience through inclusive and gender-responsive digital efforts. In sports news, Mahat Senior Secondary School and Abuko Upper Basic School emerged as champions of the QCell-sponsored National Inter-School Athletics Championship Final, held at the Bottrop Senior Secondary School in Brikama. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, in a major boost to infrastructure in the Lower River region, President Barrow on Saturday inaugurated a newly constructed 91-kilometer road network in Kiang West at a ceremony in Jifarong village. As Aliu Sise reports, the project is already impacting lives, improving the movement of people and goods.
For several decades, residents of Kiang West and users of this critical road had endured poor road conditions, often affecting trade and emergency services, among others. Drivers were compelled to abandon the road, especially during the rainy season. It connects over 30 communities from Sankandi to Kemoto, including major settlements like Tankular, Jali, Manduar, Keneba, and Krantaba. For example, what used to take hours to travel by car from Sankandi to Keneba due to the poor road then now takes less than 25 minutes. The project, estimated at $1.2 billion, is fully funded through domestic resources, a move many say reflects the government's commitment to self-driven development. Joined by the First Lady, senior government officials and large jubilant crowds, President Barrow says the project aligns with his government's commitment to inclusive development. He recalled that in 2021, his government pledged to bridge development gaps, emphasizing that no region should be left behind based on location or political affiliation.
We are here today to celebrate progress in a region that, for many decades, remained constrained by limited infrastructural development and restricted access to opportunity. Mindful that inadequate infrastructure contributes to rural-urban migration and constrained economic growth, my government's policy is to decentralize development and create opportunities for all Gambian citizens, regardless of where they live.
While thanking residents for their patience and cooperation, President Barrow urged road users to observe traffic regulations to ensure the longevity of the infrastructure.
Through domestic revenue, we have invested over $18.5 billion and delivered more than 1,200 kilometers of feeder roads. We have significantly transformed connectivity and strengthened national ownership of development. This reflects our vision of using infrastructure as a driver of economic transformation, national integration, and inclusive growth.
Local residents and community leaders, including Governor Sidi Lamin Ba, Women's Representative Jalika Jane, Paramount Chief Yayajusi, and Jifarang Alkalo Babanding Kinte, welcome the development as long overdue. Diplomat Fabu Sane and Health Minister Dr. Ahmad Lamin Samate, natives of Kiang West, described the road as a game changer for the area. They urged the people of Kiang to support government development efforts in the region in recent years.
We felt that now we are also, part of the Gambia that we all call home. And that's why we have cause to celebrate today.
We are very optimistic. We encourage them to come out in large numbers and vote for His Excellency in the December elections for continued progress and development of our region.
Suleiman Sumare Jane, the managing director of the National Roads Authority, says safety was a key priority throughout the project, which he said forms part of the national drive to strengthen connectivity and improve transport infrastructure.
The works incorporate clearly defined road geometry and signages to guide road users, functional drainage systems to prevent inundation and pavement damage, community sensitization initiatives to promote responsible road usage and maintenance culture.
The ceremony also witnessed announcements of defections by groups identifying as former opposition supporters pledging allegiance to the ruling National People's Party. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
The International Day of Zero Waste is marked worldwide with calls for sustainable consumption and better waste management. In the Gambia, the day was commemorated in Gunjur last Friday, where the First Lady joined partners to promote environmental awareness. Aliou Cisse reports.
Observed annually, the International Day of Zero Waste highlights the urgent need to tackle pollution and manage the over 2 billion tons of waste generated globally each year. The initiative, led by the United Nations Environment Programme and UN Habitat, encourages sustainable practice of refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and route. This year's focus is on food waste, with nearly 1 billion tons lost annually worldwide. With even a casual look around most parts of the Gambia, it becomes plain to see that we have a serious problem of waste management in most regions of the country. In Gunjur, West Coast region, Her Excellency First Lady Fatima Daba Barrow joined the Embassy of Turkey and Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency to mark the day. Activities included tree planting and an awareness campaign at Gunjur Senior Secondary School, where TICA is implementing a zero waste project.
Many people think it disappears, but it doesn't. It ends up in our streets, our oceans, our soil, and sometimes in the food that we eat. That is why learning about zero waste is so important. Zero waste means reducing what we throw away, reusing what we can, and recycle what is left. It is about respecting our environment and understanding that the earth is our shared home.
She urged students to be active in the campaign, highlighting global efforts led by her counterpart Emin Erdogan, First Lady of Turkey, who champions zero waste movement.
Her message is clear. Protecting the environment is not just a choice, it is a responsibility. By supporting this movement, you become part of something bigger than yourself. You become environmental champions. Let us make Gunjur a model community.
The International Day of Zero Waste was established by the UN General Assembly in 2023 as part of efforts to promote a circular economy and protect natural resources. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
The Ministry of Public Service, Administrative Reforms, Policy Coordination and Delivery has opened a 4-day retreat for permanent secretaries at the Sadauda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center. The meeting aims to strengthen coordination and accelerate the implementation of the National Development Plan 2023-2027. Usman Jatta reports.
The civil service remains the engine of national development in the Gambia, as it is in many countries, playing a central role in policy implementation and service delivery. Senior government officials are meeting for 4 days to assess progress and improve collaboration in delivering the recovery-focused National Development Plan 2023-2027. The retreat brings together permanent secretaries from across ministries to review achievements, identify challenges, share best practice, and agree on practical steps to speed up development results. The Secretary to Cabinet and Head of the Civil Service, Aliou Njai, urged the participants to review their commitment to the national agenda. He emphasized discipline, integrity, and professionalism as key values needed to improve performance and public trust.
As the backbone of government, the civil service must lead by example. We must therefore uphold the highest standard of professionalism and integrity, embrace innovation and digital transformation to enhance service delivery, and foster a result-oriented mindset, where success is measured by the real impact on the lives of our citizens.
Organizers say the retreat provides a structured platform for performance review, accountability, and better coordination across government institutions. Discussions will cover key areas including treasury management, budget execution for 2025 and early 2026, and development partner financing. These sessions are expected to help ministries align their work with national priorities. The Minister of Public Service, Babukar Boy, highlighted the importance of unity and accountability within the civil service to better respond to citizens' needs.
You are the critical link between policy intent and implementation outcomes. Your leadership and stewardship determine whether our policies translate into measurable improvements in the lives of our citizens. This retreat is therefore not ceremonial, it is strategic. It provides a platform for candid dialogue, collective problem solving, and renewed alignment of our efforts.
Officially opening the event, Vice President Mohammed B.S. Jallow called for stronger collaboration among the government, private sector, civil society, and academia to ensure real impact on people's lives.
The private sector is challenged to innovate, invest, and generate opportunities that drive inclusive economic growth. Civil society organizations are called on to continue to promote participation, transparency, and ensure that development benefits reach the most vulnerable. Academia and our youth are implored to contribute knowledge, creativity, and dynamism to sustain progress and national momentum.
The retreat is expected to end with clear action points to guide ministries in delivering measurable results under the National Development Plan. Osman Jatta, QTV News.
That story will take us on a commercial break. When we return, we have more national and sports news stories. Do stay tuned. Welcome back if you're just tuning in. This is the QTV Nightly News and I am Mamna Buka. At the second edition of the in-country cybersecurity training by the organization FAST, the Forum of Incident Response and Security Teams, stakeholders called for close collaboration and enhanced resilience through inclusive and gender-responsive digital efforts. And Sumana Esonyasi was at the opening ceremony and he now reports.
Held under the theme Enhancing Cybersecurity Resilience Through Inclusive and Gender-Responsive Participation, this 3-day cybersecurity training, spearheaded by PURA with the support of the Forum of Incident Response and Security Teams, brings together stakeholders across various sectors to deliberate on enhancing digital safety, identifying and addressing cybersecurity threats. Addressing participants, PURA Deputy Director Solo Sima and Board Chairperson Lucifer Njai Jan said that while the rapid integration of technology into all facets of life and development offers substantial opportunities, it also presents significant risk. Foremost among these is cybersecurity, which they noted is increasingly exploited by criminal actors, often leaving victims in severe financial distress. They reaffirmed PURA's commitment to promoting a secure and resilient digital environment in the Gambia and expressed appreciation to FIRST for its support in delivering the training.
We know for a fact that trust sits at the core of effective cybersecurity, particularly when it comes to information sharing. A trusted CSIRT is one that can exchange sensitive threats, intelligence in confidence, threat intelligence in confidence, coordinate cross-border responses, and act decisively within established frameworks.
No national cybersecurity posture, however well-resourced, can succeed in isolation. Our networks are interconnected. Our threats are transnational.
Speaking earlier, Sanusi Drame, Director of Cybersecurity at the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, underscored the importance of operational readiness, noting that the training is timely. He also highlighted ongoing national efforts to address cybersecurity challenges, promote a secure digital environment, and urge participants to take advantage of the opportunity. Similar sentiments were expressed by Lawrence Muchiwa, First Africa Regional Liaison Officer, and WADIP representative Kasubaro.
The Gambia Computer Security Incident Response Team remains a key operational pillar in advancing national cybersecurity capabilities. These capabilities are in line with the Gambia's National Cybersecurity Policy 2022 to 2026, which provides a framework, a guiding framework for that matter, for this important endeavor.
Another lesson, not talked about much, but becoming very clear as each day goes by, is a growing need for everyone to rethink what inclusion and gender support means.
Cybersecurity is now central to national security and economic stability as the Gambia advances its digital transformation agenda. The protection of critical national infrastructure must remain a top priority.
Over the next 3 days, participants will undertake intensive training in the identification, analysis, and mitigation of digital threats. The program features practical sessions on network evidence, extraction, and malware triage, complemented by a series of cyber drills aimed at strengthening hands-on incident response capabilities. Answane Sonyasi for Qtv News.
The Gambia National Library Service Authority has opened a new digital research center in Birkama in the West Coast region as part of ongoing efforts to promote digital literacy and improve access to quality education across the country. Jacqueline Colley attended the opening and reports.
The facility is expected to provide students, researchers, and the general public with modern tools and resources to enhance learning, support academic research, and bridge the digital divide in the country. The establishment of the Digital Research Center was made possible through a generous donation of 50 laptops by Maimunaba and her husband Nate McQueen in collaboration with Rotary International. This contribution is expected to significantly enhance the center's capacity to serve a wide range of users, particularly young people and students, in need of reliable digital learning tools and resources to support their education and research. Dr. Sidi Drame, the chairman of the Gambia National Library Service Authority, expressed gratitude to the donors, noting that their support will be vital in helping the institution modernize library services and encourage a culture of reading and research.
This is a very critical infrastructure that we need to understand because it enhances learning and particularly research. When you compare the Digital Research Center to the modern or traditional way of research, these ones avails the students of the opportunity for quick access to information.
Here are Maimunaba and Nate McQueen, the key supporters of the library.
So our goal is to help provide books, refurbish libraries, provide technology, and just make sure that everyone has access. Because the world is moving at a fast pace, and meanwhile there are some kids who do not even know how to turn on a laptop. And we are all competing in the same global sphere. We are all competing. After we all graduate, we are all competing for the same jobs.
We'd like to see everyone from the Central River Division all the way to the Upper River Division have access to these type of labs and services. In my job, I've been in technology for over 30 years now, and access to not only computers, but what's coming is artificial intelligence, and that's going to change the landscape.
The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Louis Moses Mendy, and the Governor of West Coast Region, Usman Bojang, both highlighted the importance of the initiative.
What the library has come to do, what this edifice has come to do, is to help all of us to be able to use the machines, the laptops, the gadgets that are here, and access knowledge. It is not only for students, it is for researchers, it is for people at the basic and secondary level, people at the tertiary, even community holders. Anybody could walk into this place, do research.
it. We need to give these young kids here access to information, but most importantly, access to reading. You can never go wrong with reading.
They further emphasized that the center will not only support academic success, but also equip users with essential digital skills needed for employment, innovation, and participation in the modern economy. This initiative forms part of broader national efforts to integrate technology into the education sector, ensuring that learners are well equipped with the knowledge, competencies, and tools required to thrive in an increasingly digital world. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jacqueline Collie.
Next up, some exciting sports news. Mahat Senior Secondary School and Abuko Upper Basic School emerged as champions of the QSOL-sponsored National Interschools Athletics Championship Final, held at the Bottrop Senior Secondary School in Birkama on Sunday. Our sports reporter Momodu Gajaga was there and he now reports.
The championship ended in a thrilling fashion, with athletes competing for both personal glory and school pride. Some of the epic races featured the most competitive action, including in the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 meter relay events, amongst others. These races were so tight that in some cases a photo finish was needed to determine the winner. Buba Bayer of Nemasu School scooped the 200 meters gold to add to his 100 meters triumph. Binta Jao of Nemasu also won the 200 meters open girls, which allows junior and senior school athletes to compete against each other. Jamisa Senior Secondary School won the boys 4x100 meters relay with Mustafa Ijadama, one of the relay team members. All four of them expressed how it feels to win.
Yeah, I will say Alhamdulillah because I work for it. Yeah, it was not easy, but I will say Alhamdulillah. I come out with first position. Yeah.
This is the first time that my school name is coming this far. Yeah, it was not easy, but the coach gave us this confidence and the courage that yes, we can do it.
I feel happy though, because 4x1 it's our strength. So no matter what, we always won 4x1, but because 4x1 it's our strength.
The trailing final featured some grand entrances by some of the schools. One school, Kitty Upper Basic School, performed rituals, which included sprinkling water from a bottle on the ground, sitting on a prayer mat, as one of them appeared to be making supplications. Outstanding athletes in various categories were decorated with either bronze, silver, or gold medals. One of the most dedicated members of school sports is a teacher, school sports master and coordinator Abu Cham. He has been helping in the development of school sports in both athletics and football in various schools for over a decade. He shared his passion and motivation.
I'm in this sport almost for 15 years, and be a champion is not easy. And one of my athletes who is now in Nemasu, Bilbao, he was in my school. Last year he was the best 100 meters, the best 200. He went to Algeria, he came the best 100 meters in Africa. And I was very happy. Yeah, I cannot control my emotion. I'm just thanking the entire DGSS secretary, everybody.
As the final medals were awarded to the deserving schools, teams celebrated their respective triumphs, with the event serving as a testament to the dedication, talent, and sportsmanship cultivated in schools nationwide. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
That story brings us to the end of this bulletin, but before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. In a major boost to infrastructure in the Lower River region, President Barrow on Saturday inaugurated a newly constructed 91-kilometer road network in Kiang West at a ceremony in Jifarong village. The International Day of Zero Waste is marked worldwide with calls for sustainable consumption and better waste management. In the Gambia, the day was commemorated in Gunjur last Friday, where the First Lady joined partners to promote environmental awareness. The Ministry of Public Service, Administrative Reforms, Policy Coordination and Delivery has opened a 4-day retreat for permanent secretaries at the Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center around strengthening coordination and accelerating the implementation of the National Development Plan 2023-2027. At the second edition of the in-country cybersecurity training by the organization FAST, the Forum of Incident Response and Security Teams, stakeholders called for close collaboration and enhanced resilience through inclusive and gender-responsive digital efforts. In sports news, Mahat Senior Secondary School and Abuko Upper Basic School emerged as champions of the QCell-sponsored National Inter-School Athletics Championship Final, held at the Bottrop Senior Secondary School in Birkama. That's all we have for this news bulletin. Join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. for another bulletin. Thanks for watching.